Hello and welcome everyone to today's lesson, which is about pronouns and possessives. Let me share my screen and take you through the slides. So we're going to look at subject pronouns, for example, I, object pronouns, for example, me and myself, possessive adjectives like my, and possessive pronouns like mine. So starting with what is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun in order to avoid its repetition. Now, the form of the pronoun changes depending on whether this noun is the subject or the object of a sentence. For example, if you say, is John here is the subject of this sentence, so the pronoun we use to replace it is he. Yes, he is here. But if we put John in the object position and say something like, can you see John? Then the pronoun changes to him. Yes, I can see him. So let's look at the list of subject and object pronouns. I, subject, me, object, you for one person, no change, you, he for a man, for example, John, him, she for a woman, her, it for an object, it, we, that's you and I, us, you also for several people, so the singular you and the plural you are exactly the same, and the object is also the same, you. And for they, which is the plural of he, she, or it, so people or objects, the object pronoun is them. So now let's have a look at what is a possessive adjective. A possessive adjective is a word that replaces a noun that's the owner of the next noun. For people, this relationship is expressed with apostrophe S. For example, is John's sister here? And then the adjective we use here is his. Yes, his sister is here. For objects, this relationship is usually expressed with the word of. What is the price of the app? I don't know, its price. Now, there are two important notes about possessive adjectives. The first note is that if a noun ends in plural S, we only keep the apostrophe. So friends, already a plural noun, we don't say friends' houses, friends' houses. The second S is dropped. Now, if a name ends in S, for example, James, we have a choice. We can keep the second S or we can drop it. So we can say James's car or James' car, S apostrophe. And the second note is that you may sometimes hear apostrophe S used with objects, for example, with time frames like today's news, or with countries like Jamaica's population, also with organizations. This may happen, BBC's director. So the list of possessive adjectives is I, my, for you, your, for he, his, she, her, it, its, we, our, you, your, and they, their. Right, that brings us to the next group, which is reflexive pronouns. What is a reflexive pronoun? When the subject and the object of a sentence are the same person, we must use a reflexive pronoun, not an object pronoun. So we don't say, I looked at me in the mirror. We say, I looked at myself in the mirror. Or we don't say they enjoyed them, they enjoyed themselves. These are reflexive pronouns, and let's look at their list. I, myself, you, yourself, he, himself, she, herself, it, itself, we, ourselves. Notice that it's now plural, selves, not self. You, the plural form of you, yourselves, and they, for both people and objects, themselves. So the next category is a possessive pronoun. This is a word that replaces a possessive adjective, my, your, his, her, etc., and the owned noun. But of course you can repeat that noun in the first part of the sentence, but not after the pronoun, because it's replacing it. For example, is this our prize? Yes, this is ours. You can say this prize is ours, of course. Are those her answers, yes, those are hers. But you can repeat answers if you want. Those answers are hers. So a little note here about this and that. This and its plural form, these, are used when you point to objects and people near you, and that and its plural form, those, are used when you point to objects and people far from you. Just a little note here as a reminder. So looking now at the list of possessive pronouns, we have my, mine, your, yours, his, no change, his, her, hers, its doesn't have a possessive pronoun, our, ours, your, yours, and their, theirs. One last but very important point to remind you of is that we have words like everyone, someone, nobody. They're called indefinite pronouns because they don't refer to a specific person. Now, if you want to replace these, because we don't know if it's a he or a she, you can say he or she. But a better choice for these pronouns is they, which is called the genderless pronoun. For example, everyone remembered their password rather than everyone remembered his or her password. Or someone has left a message. I must answer them rather than I must answer him or her. Right, that's the end of this short presentation as a review of all the pronouns and possessives. I hope it has been helpful to you. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. For more on this topic, click here. Remember to also check out my complete online course and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and happy studies!